Okay, so a little bit more to this story of this big blue mess of mess. The hum is my adoring fans because it's summer, so apologies for that. Not really. I see everyone say this on YouTube, so I'll say it too. I'm a joiner. I also like to say for some reason. Having a little cup of tea, sitting down. Couldn't get this more in view than I had it before. Just the phone stand is at its max, but hopefully a little more light, because it is a goal of mine to get better at digital photography, and this is part of that. And I'm using what I have, which is my phone and my little crowded little desk here. Not bad. All right, so dispensing with that boring stuff. This is the little container I was looking for in the last video. I couldn't find. This is my used pink salt. I actually have different salts I use. Kosher salt. Wait, is that upside down? I can't see that. Other salts. And you can actually, I mean, you can scrape it off, you know, when it's dry. You want to probably let it dry. It takes a little bit longer, and it'll do some sort of cool things with paints. This will sort of just blend into like little spots. I just enjoy doing it more than sometimes the result. Although the result can be handy for, I have learned, branches. So they impart some of the paint, they take it with, and they dry in place and kind of scrape it off with an insurance card or just pick them up and save them until, you know, just keep using them. So this is getting pretty full, so I had intended to use this one. And that's sometimes what happens when I'm not able to keep everything nice and neat, is that, you know, I could be looking right at something, which I was, and I don't see it. So, not to worry, reunited, my precious bandwagon salt, pink Himalayan salt, which, by the way, I do not mean to besmirch. It is delicious. It's a delicious mild salt when a recipe calls for a finishing salt, but that's another particle. And I wanted to say that this, I rewatched my video, I failed to mention what this is. This is like a silicone bowl scraper, and I want to thank my beloved, wonderful online teacher, Denise Love, and her channel. I learned this from her, and I learned many things from her, and I hope you check her out if you're interested in that. What I'm doing here is I'm sort of vlogging my own self to myself, and, you know, the one or two people who are interested, which is, you know, fine with me. So, yeah. This is like, obviously, you know, it's silicone, so it'll wash. I haven't washed it yet. It can come in handy. You can put paint on it and distribute paint. Acrylics will wash off because it's silicone. It was pretty cheap, but of course I'll never use this with food again. Like this is just stays in the art area. But yeah, this is really handy for fun. Silicone bowl scraper, I think it's called. I call it my tool, or silicone tool. And there are many of these different things available. So one thing, I'm looking at this, obviously it doesn't need anything. We have some genuine turquoise, we have some lapis, I've heard it said lapis lazuli, nice granulating blue, light blue. And what else do we have? The Blue Apatite Genuine, and is it Sugar Light Kyanite Genuine? I believe Sugar Light or Sugar Light. Please excuse my pronunciation. Some of these words I've only ever read and I've never heard pronounced. So I do my best. Yeah, so genuine earth pigment blues, probably, you know, there's a lot of debate about this particular brand of paints and how they might augment it or not. I mean, okay, I just like them. Company Daniel Smith, based in the United States, and I like that. And yeah, I love these paints. I have a ton of watercolors. I always come back to these, and I prefer watercolor to acrylic, but that's another story. So what I want to do though is one of the ways I resonate with Denise Love over there is in her studio is that we both like gold, and to add gold doodles. And this is just a mess. This doesn't have to be anything. I just get to put it on the page because I want to, and I'm drinking my tea. Need another sip. So again, this is going to get folded into, I think, a zine, because I like it. I think it's going to get folded into a zine fold, and there are, so many tutorials on that. So again, I'm not doing a tutorial. It's just sort of like, more of a blog or a vlog or whatever. But in one of these little containers, it's called a fine liner. Something else I learned from Denise. Oh, I think it's backwards in the mirroring. Is I can buy the ink and sort of you're making your own sort of writing tool, application tool. Just a little piece of lid of ice cream that I use. So this one is the fine tip. And again, these are available, I don't know, all the different art stores in the States. I don't know if they're available internationally. And I'm glad I got them a while ago before all the tariffs started up. It's getting, I'm not the only one saying it or the first one saying it. It's getting expensive to accoutre oneself with art supplies. I mean, it always has been, right? But yeah. All right, but we're all on that page. I won't bemoan that that sentiment, but I just want to do a gold bunch-up spiral. I want to add some gold to this, and ooh, I like it. Not everybody likes gold. Not everybody likes silver. They're not appropriate, I guess, for every single thing. But since this is abstract, intuitive art therapy activity that may or may not result in something at the end, it kind of doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It just matters what I think. So I think I'm gonna do the extra crime of adding silver in with it. This is a fine tip, another brand of silver ink, but I mean, I'm sure there are many. There's acrylic inks you could do this with, or just, any type of, you could use a toothpick, dip a toothpick and, do marks. I'm showing off my cool tools because yesterday was Father's Day. And that's something I love that I learned from my dad early was get the right tool for the job makes life easier. So, and sometimes getting the tool then opens up the project, right? All right, enough of that. So blue and silver, also nice. And again, I don't know, just put some silver ink on this page. Maybe they join a couple spots. Oh, oh my goodness, sacre bleu. Silver. Oh, I like it. Kind of like winter giving way to summer or something. I don't know. Or just, you know, a mess of ink on a page. And then because I don't know, add some ink to this side. Completist or something. Oh, good. So this is nice and messy. A little bit reflective of things, I guess. And let's see if I can. I have this piece of paper on like a piece of picture poster frame underneath, so I can lift it up and hope to get a little more. But again, this is like a big sheet of paper. I think it's 24 by 18, so it takes up my whole workspace. And luckily, through the magic of cameras, you know, nobody can see the like piles on both sides of me that are definitely looking to topple over. So I guess it's time to get to that. But yeah, try to finish my tea, little break, and then it's, you know, let this dry and come back later for some other possible part of the project. Sometimes that's how I have to do it. Work it in little 15-minute increments. Yeah, this is what we get out of that sometimes. Here's to that process. I like it. Here's to it.